With Threads recently hitting 100 million users in just 5 days, there's a lot of speculation about whether it has the potential to overtake Twitter. In this video, I'll explain what the Threads app is. I'll go over a few good reasons to think that it will overtake Twitter and a few good reasons to think that it won't. And finally, I'll give my own opinion about the future of these two apps. Welcome to another video. Today we'll be discussing the two questions on everyone's minds. What is Threads and can it beat Twitter? If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss anything. Threads is a new app released by Meta in order to compete with Twitter. After Elon Musk's takeover of the Twitter platform, there's been a lot of backlash by those who either disagreed with his vision for the site or just didn't like him. There's also been a lot of talk about whether some new app will emerge for people leaving Twitter. If you're one of those people, then that app is probably Threads. Threads was made by the same team that developed Instagram, so accounts are basically connected between the two. The functionality of the app itself is very similar to Twitter, to the point that Twitter has accused Meta of stealing trade secrets. Users can create posts with up to 500 characters or videos of up to 5 minutes. But while Threads has looser character restrictions than Twitter, it does not yet allow hashtags or direct messaging. Despite this, Mark Zuckerberg has openly announced that he expects the app to outpace Twitter. In a post on the app, Mark said this: "It'll take some time, but I think there should be a public conversations app with 1 billion plus people on it. Twitter has had the opportunity to do this but hasn't nailed it. Hopefully we will." And he's not the only one excited about the new app. Danny Hewson, financial analyst at AJ Bell, has an optimistic view of Threads. "Investors can't help but be a little excited about the prospect that Meta really has a Twitter killer," he said. AOC weighed in as well, anticipating that Threads might be a less toxic version of Twitter. With billionaires, financial analysts, and politicians all weighing in, what should we expect from Meta's new app? Well, there's a few reasons to think that Threads may soon overtake Twitter. The app's fast initial growth is a sign that there's definitely demand for an alternative to Twitter. Meta already has more than 3 billion users across its collection of social media platforms, and hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue per year. Threads is also connected to Instagram, and posts can be directly shared on Instagram stories. A number of celebrities have already joined the site, including Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez, and Gordon Ramsay. Then there's Twitter's reaction. If Threads didn't have a chance of overtaking Twitter, we'd expect Musk and his lawyers to shrug off the app and ignore it. But with a lawsuit in the works and Musk levying a tax against Zuckerberg, it's fair to say that Twitter is taking the threat seriously. But despite these advantages, a lot of people are putting their money on Twitter. As NPR's Emily Olson writes, Threads is facing modern market challenges that an early Twitter didn't have to reckon with. And Meta will be facing a lot of the same pressures as Twitter. The company recently laid off tens of thousands of workers, and a lot of the company's funding will likely be going toward the new VR metaverse. And, despite its fast growth, Threads is not yet profitable. And all of that aside, there's the fact that Threads is, well, a copycat. When two identical products are offered to customers, people tend to prefer the original. The app's initial growth could simply be attributed to its novelty. The fact that a huge company like Meta is going after Twitter will inevitably draw a lot of attention in the short term. But as with most trends, users could quickly lose interest in the new app. While both of these views have merit, I'll give my own opinion as promised at the start. While Meta and Threads have a lot of potential for growth, I don't think that the Threads app will catch up with Twitter anytime soon. And I say this for a number of reasons. First, Twitter's head start cannot be ignored. People tend to use social media platforms because other people are using them. And because Threads is nearly identical to Twitter, there's not enough of an incentive to switch over. We can see this phenomenon with Microsoft, where people default to this platform because it's the most common. Developers follow the users, and users buy the software that most applications are compatible with. Decades later, Apple still has trouble attracting the same kind of audience. The second reason for this is that Twitter attracts a niche audience. Despite Twitter Blue allowing for much longer posts, messages that are short and to the point are what make Twitter what it is. Expanding character limits and allowing longer videos make Threads more of a generic platform than one targeted toward a niche audience. A lot of people hate Twitter for its strict character limit, but it's also what makes the platform unique. Whichever platform ends up coming out ahead, there's no question that the battle between Threads and Twitter is only beginning. Social media is one of the most volatile industries, and its impact on the economy is still being explored today. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like down below. If you want to see more content like this or something completely different, leave a comment letting me know.